within the wall texts of the exhibition, I see myself described as a post-colonial artist, and it's funny because I would always say, really, I would qualify my work and myself as post-independence, because the term post-colonial is a little bit problematic in that colonialism was, especially in somewhere like Ghana, where my father's from, high colonialism was really 57 years. Although there was a European presence right through from the mid-1400s through to the present day, the period of colonialism was very short. And when you term African nations post-colonial nations, you imply that colonialism was the only thing that ever existed and continues to exist. When you start to deal with the conditions of the post-independence nation, post-independence allows you to know that there was something to be independent from, but it also allows the timeline to stretch forwards and backwards in a way that's more in tune with African concerns and African decisions, and also allows for the period after colonialism where there was both euphoria and success, and then in the cases of many countries, periods of turmoil, conflict, and trouble. And then, again, new iterations of trying to deal with that. So it's a much more Africa-centered terminology. In terms of my own identity, I often call myself transnational and sometimes post-national, because I have a multiple national heritage. My mother is an African American with a mixed descent, which includes European and Native American ancestors. My father's from Ghana. I was born in Chicago, but I was raised between Nigeria, Ghana, London, and where else? Nigeria, Ghana, London, Chicago. So between 4 countries. And on and off for the last 12 years, I've also worked in Basel in Switzerland. So I don't really belong to one nation, and my work reflects the perspectives of someone who's always moving. So for instance, I think that if I hadn't had gone to school in England and gone to art school in London at the Slade, then the Royal College of Art, then the Whitney Independent Study Program in New York, perhaps I wouldn't have the perspective of seeing these orange stands as evocative of Duchamp. Somewhere within a lot of my work is this idea of parallax, of meaning changing depending on where you stand and what perspective you bring, and I think that that's very much about having a transnational identity.